Hey there, team. Welcome to... Oh! Oh, okay, this is kind of quirky. Yeah. Right, yeah, no, because I was wondering. It was called 2v3 within 1. But, so I guess... I still don't fully understand what it means, Tommy, but fair enough. I like it. We've got like a little, yeah, one of these sort of lower tiered settlements. And yeah, I think this works really well for a little 2v3. I'm pretty keen for it. So what we got? We got Tommy as Cardolan, and who is your ally? Oh, Cardolan and Lothlorien. That's a cool one. Next Tintin, again with us there. What I like to do when we've got it from the defender's point of view, I like to just kind of roll through until everybody's deployed, and then well, until the everything's revealed. Then I'll go through the attackers and then swing by the defenders, so that we can, you know, yeah, it's better that way, because there's no point in me like rattling through the defenders' armies right away, because they're all going to be positioned differently. So we'll just wait for the attackers to set up. Looks like we've got, yeah, it looks primarily like this northeast force coming from the north. Then we've got a southern, and then our third player is primarily coming from the west. Okay, cool, yeah, so we've got what? Gateway there, here a gateway, and up here. And here a gateway too. Okay, so there are 3 entrance points. This is of course a map that I've played on quite a lot in Divide and Conquer, so I should know it better than I do. But we'll see how the boys handle it here. It's like one of the sort of lower ranked tribal settlements, so yeah, but we can view this as definitely like a small town, small Cardolan town that's been aided by some kind nearby elves coming to assist. Balance of power is a bit scary, but I think one of these attacking forces is Angmar, so that's always going to change the balance of power, because balance of power cares a lot about your hit points. Let's go to 6 times speed, get the go on, attackers. So we've got a human faction on the attack side. Actually, let's go 1 times speed. I think we'll have enough time. We've got Fried Rice here, part KOS clan. So we got Barding Herd. Doesn't matter, also Dale, some Dalian paladins. I will suspect they probably won't go up that siege tower straight away. Probably let somebody else do it. Royal Guard there. Lots of these Dalian spears without an armor upgrade today. Lake Town Pikes, nice to see. And lots of Barding Herd. So yeah, pretty high quality force really. I feel in the Blackshot Dragon Slayers back there with the general in amongst them. I would probably put them in with the Royal Guard, but that's just my sort of thematic sense. Over here we've got another, no, this is definitely like an Orky Evil faction, who is all over here, with their siege towers. Yeah, just because you can tell the Orky, like, siege, Orky, oh, wait. Oh yeah, because these are the more like squat siege towers, because it's a shorter wall. That's why. I was a bit confused. We got the Warlord here with his Angmarim. Some Angmar halberds in the back. Just, yeah, I mean, making sure that we're not going to get backstabbed or anything, which I understand. You know, Cardolan's got some nasty cavalry. We've seen that in recent times. Cardolan sort of making some messes. Witchers here. Okay, as long as we keep these boys safe, we can do some good work. Hammer Guard, Scourge Raiders. Definitely, I would say, I mean, with this effect on the balance of power, we must have 2 Barrow Whites. Then Trolls of Angmar, Blackwatch Legion, Angmar Marauders there, Angmar Halberds. Yeah, okay, so definitely, and Catapults. So probably Scourge Raiders there, and can Scourge Raiders hide? They must be able to hide. But either way, yeah, must be some expensive stuff mixed. No, Scourge Raiders here. I don't know what else we've got hidden there. Probably a little snag of stalkers too. Either way, and then a Rohan. Good. It's been a little while since we've come across Rohan. So we've got some human forces, either recruiting the aid of some Orcish mercenaries to get this done, or vice versa. Who knows? Riddermark spears. Yeah, nice unit. Oh no, these are the Riddermark spears, not the light javelin spears. These are proper Riddermark spears. Something Rohan does have in great sort of excess are some really just decent spearmen, and sort of pretty, well, like arguably, I mean, not a lot from, apart from cavalry, not infantry from Rohan is not very cost effective. So it looks like he's got these Riddermark spears over there just to back up Warlord, take some hits for them. Those spearmen are something he's not really going to have to spend much micro focus on. so that's pretty good. So the rest of his forces are going to be over here. Westmark Marshals, lovely. Yeah, just a great little unit to have. Westmark Spears, so he's keeping the proper good high quality spearmen for himself, those Westmark lads. I like that. You don't see Rohan all that much, I find, so I might just I'll take this shot for now, just in case I forget. He does have his Sons of Earl. I like that, again, just to back people up if they do end up with a Sally. I don't know if we're going to be able to get much use of them if we end up charging in there. We've got the Eastmark Spears, so these guys, you're seeing them holding a little javelin. They all get, I think, maybe 2 or 3 javelins. It's not many, but a few little javelins to start off, and then they're still just little militia spears after that, so it's nice to have. Definitely for a siege scenario. Westmark Marshals there. And in the back, I'm expecting some Shield Maidens. Some were Westmark Infantry. Yes, of course, some Shield Maidens with those very sort of nice powerful axes. And then some pretty decent melee capabilities after. Nothing too impressive, but I never really noticed the multiple axes on their hip. That's quite nice to see. And then another unit, so 2 units of Shield Maidens. Yep, solid to have. And then lastly, the Helm's Hammers not for the General. The General must be in with the Knights. He also has First March. I think that's maybe going a little bit over the top, Angmar, but I trust him. I trust him. He knows what he's doing. But that's a lot of cavalry there, a lot of very expensive cavalry. I would maybe ditched. I think definitely the Knights. I see a lot of sense in that, but I wouldn't have gone for the First Marshal's bodyguard. So having a look inside. Oh, interesting. Okay, so the walls are maybe a bit too much area to guard, so they're actually going to let those walls fall. And Tommy's going to be holding this passageway. I like that. I mean, the only issue is it gives the attackers are going to be able to gain those walls, and they've got a good position to shoot on you on a like somewhat even area. But especially Dale, that's going to be a lot of arrow fire. But we can see. Hopefully it works out. Set up right front. He's got his Greenway Garrison's footmen and spears set up there. Further off over here. We've got Lothlorien guarding his section. Again, they've allowed the outer walls to fall. He's got his Lornan spears on one side, March Wardens. This is lovely because if they start attacking there, you can shoot them from this side. If they start attacking there, you can shoot them from this side. They really have to pressure both sides at once, but even then, you're shooting from both ways, so it's pretty bloody. Again, something that you can make use of in Divine Conquer, or when Reforged ends up popping out a little campaign, we'll get some good work with that. Trebuchet here, again from Tommy, and once again they've left this place open, but Tintin's got his Watch of the Golden Woods set out up here. Keeps the towers going. This is one thing that I was quite surprised at. I would have maybe left a unit of like militia nearby the gates of every section just to get those towers opening up. Gives you a little bit of a bonus. So we'll go to 0.6 for a minute, 0.7 even, just because I'm quite interested to see what he's going for with this arrow fire right off the bat. The Westmark Spears. I mean, they're a high quality unit for sure. This is where the General is, so a bit cautious for Tintin. He's got more than enough time to bolt and flee, but I don't know if I would have. The Westmark Spears are where we're going for there. Which, yeah, I mean, you're seeing how sturdy they are, like decent armor value, nice little shield value too, which is great defensive skill as well with that spear. But they are going to go down pretty quick to those Watchers. But still, I don't know if I'd been in any rush to. First Marshal's bodyguard, especially exposing their back like that, I see that. But once again, I don't know how much use Angmar is going to get out of those Lancers anyway, so I wouldn't be too fussed about seeing that. Warlord right now, oh good, okay, well I mean, to be honest, so this is definitely not, I don't know, it's good and bad. It's like this is going to be a pretty nasty place to attack from again because of the backstabbing shots, but he has got 2 avenues to attack from. So I don't know where I'd want to come in from. Maybe here, but because I mean, I'd probably want to come in from here, to be honest, because then I would just get my archers set up on the walls, get a bit of an even, back and forth with my archer fire. If they want to rattle shots into my archers, okay, great, that's kind of what they're for. And yeah, we'd see what happens. Or here, no, this is definitely the easiest spot to attack from, I feel. Yeah, 10-10's getting his boys out. You always get a little, you've got to give them a few orders to get off the walls. Walls can always be a little bit buggy in medieval too. But yeah, those towers. So any kill that a tower gets, it'll get added up to the Cardolan kill count at the end because he's the sort of primary defender. To be honest, like if he's not careful, some of those watchers might get caught on that wall, and that could be a bit unpleasant. There is a bit of sense to say like maybe it's a good idea to hold somebody on the wall to battle it out. So especially when you're standing right here, you can be shooting at them while they're on your walls. Oh, catapult fire coming in. Very unlucky, very unlucky with that catapult, unfortunately for Warlord. But I mean, if he gets any sort of elves, again, nobody's armoring up their captains right now. Nobody seems to be armoring up their captains nowadays. I always armor my captains. But yeah, fried rice shouldn't be too far off. He should be landing shortly. Gatekeepers, I mean, dude, yeah, I wonder what he's going for here. Barding Herd, I'd be pretty damn tempted. Keldron River Patrol coming up, I wouldn't really go for them, of course. What are you going for? Barding Herd are almost in a covered position, but I think you can probably get a shot on them. Yeah. And it is the Barding Herd they're going for, of course. Swordmasters of Esgaroth, though. Armor upgraded Swordmasters of Esgaroth. I would be loving a hit on them. They do have a shield on their back, but Swordmasters do not have a shield value. These Swordmasters, they don't have any shield value. So yeah, blasting right in the face with those crossbows, you'll eviscerate them. A crossbow does not care about your defensive ability, or your defensive skill with your melee. That is. So Angmar's coming forward now. Do we have anything popping up? Goblin Band. Okay, cool. Yeah, so the little cheap two Goblin Band, 3 Goblin Band. What's pushing that other one? Oh, nice. Flooding forward there, goodness. Or flooding around, and then more Goblin Band. So that's 4 units of Goblin Band. No. Oh yeah, so we do have Barrow-wights. We've got a unit of Barrow-wights there. I think maybe only 1. But that's 4 units of Goblin Band. No, I'm miscounting. No, it is. Jeepers. And the trolls pushing the ram is always something I enjoy the look of. You know, it doesn't provide you any sort of benefit having a troll pushing it. Maybe it makes it go faster. I think it does. I mean, dude, they're moving. They are moving. So I think they're maybe pushing that quite quick, because I mean, dude, like that would be light as anything for those trolls. And I just like the aesthetic of it. I like trolls pushing siege weapons. It just looks good. So the boys are getting up there. How do we do getting those watchers off the walls? Yeah, they're getting off the walls now. Westmark Marshals arriving. Because they've not guarded the walls, it means that the attackers are going to be able to use the full ammunition off their catapult to just do damage to enemy infantry. They're not going to have to worry about, what do we got all the way over here? Sons of Eol are all the way back here. I guess he's not wanting to hit by the Treb. To be honest, if I was Angmar, I would be a little bit... I mean, maybe he's got a plan. Maybe he does have a plan for these guys and he knows what he wants to do with them. But for me, I'd probably spread them out and have them sit nice and spread out. And if the defenders want to use their Treb on my knights, I'll just make it as you know, the least cost effective it possibly can get for them. Keldron River Patrol leading the way. Yep, okay, so we do have the Dalians opening up, and they're opening up on the Gatekeepers. Now, Gatekeepers will shrug off a lot of that fire. They don't have an armor upgrade. Yeah, they don't. Again, I armor up my Gatekeepers. But they're just pulling out. The Rangers as well, I definitely love to shoot them. I really like the Cardolan Rangers. They've got this, you know, I think like the Arthedain Rangers, they've got much more of a rugged, you know, northern watching, you know, look to them. They're not really wearing the chainmail. They've clearly been out roughing it for a while, more as what we imagine Rangers, because I guess, you know, they're from later on. Whereas the Cardolan Rangers are from sort of more of a peak point, and I guess they're more used to guarding well-travelled lanes, more closer to settlements and so on. So they're a bit more put together in terms of their equipment, but their stats, I believe, are the exact same. Climbing up now, the Goblin Band. I mean, yeah, Lothlorien's not really going to want to go for them. Firing into... Over here, the Snagga Archers are taking a beating. That is the Troll Boys blasted that gate open without too much issue. Yeah, opening up the Snagga, I'd be more than happy if I was Warlord there. I know it's just March Warden fire, but it's any arrow. I do like that the Elven units are sort of mixed sexes there, so you've got the male and female elves mixed into the militia units. I don't know, it's a nice little touch. It's quite cute to see. Riddermark Spears moving in now. Goblin Band, the problem you've got with this, now I'd be tempted to shoot them, I really would. You shouldn't, but like I'd be tempted to shoot them. I'll look and see what the things are doing in a second. But you're seeing they're forming up and they're showing their backs to the enemy, because they're manning the walls. Oh dearie me. Okay, that's some burned up Tharbad Warhammers, some burned up Lornand warriors, and over here some burned up again some burned up Lornand warriors. I'm just wondering a few of the captains. I think the captains may have been spared that. It was just the Lornand warriors, which they're just single hit point units, but they're still very high quality armoured elves, so it's a bit nasty. We've got a good push here. Dalian Spears connecting with the Greenwood Garrison Spears. Dalian Spears will quite enjoy that matchup. It's just a like good mid-tier spear up against I mean, what is a good but still militia tier spear. They'll have quite a good fight there, and I want to get some pikes in there to help them out, but of course he's just worried about ranged fire coming at him. He needs to do something. Watchers are over here now. These are the guys with the general. They were the ones facing off against Rohan. He's opening up on the enemy. Oh, Dalian Royal Guards. This is a nice little matchup. You know, it's definitely a nice target for the Watchers. And with the Royal Guard, a unit that could stand a chance at outshooting the Elves, they are just being thrown around like crazy. Rohan a little bit slow to the climb right now. More than happy to just sort of steer the enemy down, but they're going to need to get up there soon. I know they've got their Riddermark spears backing up the Angmarim assault. Oh no, they've sort of pulled some of them back right now. Red Shields of Erkenbrand, I didn't even see these guys. Nice little skirmish archer there, very, very sturdy, nice shielded value too. Able to sort of quickly position themselves around and dealing some damage to Lornand archers, very nice. But yeah, we need to maybe get Rohan involved now too. We want to be pressuring all the sides at once, unless, you know, there's another plan afoot. 1% damage, don't worry. That nice thatched building only suffered 1% from the flaming fireball. It's a-okay. So, oh, Dalian Spears got pulled back. I wonder why. Maybe they just didn't want to be getting shot at by... Oh, those were Swordmasters as well. There were some Swordmasters in the mix. Ouch. And they're exposing their backs to the enemy. I mean, Swordmasters are still there. It's definitely a bit dicey. It's a bit dicey for the attackers right now. I mean, well, this is a 3v2. It's not a 5v3. So we don't have as much of like an ability to, you know, as I've been harping on a lot in the past few battles, you know, we don't have as much of an ability to make mistakes as we do in those 5v3s. So the attackers are going to have to play a little bit more carefully with their resources. Now Angmar, he's got smaller units generally, you know, Rohan. A lot of people say that Rohan has bad infantry. They don't. Their infantry is really quite good. The problem is just that units are on average a little bit smaller and they're a little bit more expensive for what you get. But in a siege scenario, I love Rohan. I really, really do. But yeah, still he's happy enough to sort of staring down the forces of Tommy, while Angmar moves up to gain the courtyard here. Let's go to one time speed as standard now. I think there's going to just be a case of Angmar slowly letting their Barrow Wights to come forward. That's definitely a sound strategy. Letting them get up in there, sort of gain this territory. This is a lot of goblins that are inside these walls now. Almost 1,000 of them really. So they're going to be holding. Oh, no. Thought my phone was ringing. No, it's just cows outside. Just very loud cows moving away. I keep thinking it's a vibration of my phone. I wouldn't have my swordmasters out front. I know it's just a little tiny difference there, but just in case he's got some javelins or something waiting behind to, or some little thieves of Tharbad coming out to unleash some damage. Oofed. That is very nasty. Menhiriath archers. Wait, Menhiriath archers. Oh, didn't actually even know they did fire ammunition. I thought it was only the Hearthguard that could have fire arrows, but no, Menhiriath archers. Again, I don't really use Menhiriath archers. I'm really glad that they can use fire arrows. That's a bit nasty, especially that's a lot of damage coming in from the left side, but I guess it's just the close range, like how accurate they can be right now. Like nobody's missing there, and the crossbow fire coming from just over the top as well. That is an absolutely brutal situation for poor fried rice. That is really rough. And again, it's good to take note of these little spots of devastation for when, you know, well, for when I am, or if you end up playing a game of Divide and Conquer, or again, when we do end up getting the Reforged campaign out, just trying to make use of these things to really punish an AI attacker. Maybe it's better to hold here and hammer in. What we got? Some high damage arrows, but again, like this is still what I'd be wanting to do. I'd be wanting to sort of unload on him, and we're getting some breaks again because of that fire ammunition. That is damaging to the morale, and even these solid mid-tier units fleeing at 66. Those dismounted Earls of Dale even wavering at those numbers. Swordmasters of Esgaroth getting out of there. That is absolutely rough, and that is from a unit that I have a habit of talking down. The Menhiriath archers, and you're seeing even with the amount of firepower that's coming into them quite accurately as well from the Dalians, they're holding okay, and their shield value isn't even coming into play with these hits that are coming in. This is solely their armor. This is just that really sturdy Menhiriath armor that the Cardolan boys are known for. So they're doing not too bad with that at all. Lorndandar spears over here, not really loving life as much as their allies. First Marshal Bodyguard, they're in actually, and they're dealing. Is this getting a charge? They did actually. Okay, Angmar. I eat my words. I kneel, my friend. You knew what you were doing. I accept. But yeah, cool. So that's nice, and I like that. Just, you know, using your resources over here where, you know, you think maybe it's probably going to be a bit more useful. Those out of ammunition March Wardens grinding their way into the Goblin Band, going to be wearing them down a little bit, but this is it's going to be a bit too much for the March Wardens, especially with a few little charges helping them out as well. Over here we've got the Gobble Band alongside the little Barrow Wights. Again, it's going to be a grind, but it will be a grind that will sort of slowly favour Angmar. Only got the Trolls of Angmar today. I really like the Trolls of Angmar. Trolls of Angmar used to be a massive shield with a big old blade, but now they've been replaced by these double iron blades, which I just think is so cool. It's a cool like concept for me, and I think it really suits the Trolls so well. Because, you know, you don't really. Oof, those red shields took some counterfire, took a hell of a lot of counterfire, and in terms of skirmish archers, the red shields can do that. They can take a hell of a lot of it. Eastmark spears advancing, but as I say, these are the javelin spears, so whatever they want to go for. It doesn't look like Tommy wants to let them though. Tommy is going to be moving into answer to this, but again, because of the way that Tommy's defended this, when Rohan comes to advance here, he's going to be able to shoot him in the back. If Rohan goes to advance there, he's going to be able to shoot him in the back. Oh, definitely from somewhere like here. Oh no, can you access this point? I don't know if that's pathable. Maybe not. But the thing is, how much can Tommy actually dedicate to that? Tommy's got to focus on this area as well. He had a very good first fight up against Dale. That went very well for him. Kildren River Troll coming up now, but to be honest, yeah, I'd go for that. I'm usually not a big fan of shooting enemy javelins. I'm more about just trying to make sure that I stop them from using their ammunition effectively. But yeah, this is beautiful. Bit of fire arrow damage, charging down the hill like this. The Dalian bowmen out of ammunition coming in to stop that now. Pulling out those really gorgeous axes to engage in melee. That's something that... ooh, that was a... those were swordmasters. Again, good quality elven swordmasters. Maybe even a little warding of Tir Gorthad. Oh dear, don't worry. Still 1% damage. Very nice. That's a solid construction. I can see why we're trying to defend this little place. You know, these buildings, they're rock solid. I'd love to get some AP over here, but I don't really know if we've got... I don't think we've got any shielded AP as Lothlorien. I think all we've got is like the Lorien warriors. They would gut the Barrow-wights, but that would be something that they could easily be targeting with ranged fire to rip them down. Lots of gobble. Oh no, these poor Snagga archers. Poor Snagga archers absolutely picked apart, taking out his 6 guys. Yeah, they did not stand a chance at skirmishing with the elves. But I mean, there was probably a good bit of ammunition used up, and it's down to 6 lads there. And over here as well, you're seeing this unit suffered the same. They were even shaken. Come on, dude. Over there, you got 6 boys. Don't embarrass yourselves. Oh, wait a second. Oh, no. This isn't an access route. This is just for aesthetic. I've never seen this area get used. But it looks like you could path your way down there, but there's no way around it. I don't think... Oh, yeah, because I remember, yeah, this is what this is all about. You can't move past there on the wall. But yeah, maybe you can stand down there, but I don't see... Standing there and throwing jabs into that would be horrific, dearie me. Over here, this settlement is looking more and more defensive, defendable than the more I look at it. But that's what you sort of get when you got guys like Tommy on the defense. They do know what they're up to. These Dalian bowmen hacking into the Greenwood Garrison spears. Now they've done their worth, these militia boys. So once they're done, they'll be replaced by the Minhiria spears, swordmasters ready and raring to go. I like that the boys are sort of, you know, they're very much mixed up. I mean, I know it's tight, there's not that much space, you've got to be mixed up. But yeah, Riddermark spears coming over here. Looks like he's happy enough to leave Angmar doing his best. So Angmar has got his Riddermark spears, who will, again, have a very comfortable fight. If this is just allowed to continue, they'll have a very comfortable fight up against the Greenwood Garrison spearmen. Westmark Marshals coming in, really quite nice and early. Well armoured and shielded. Not with a big shield value, but just about 3, I believe. Usually when a guy has a shield on his back, it's usually just about 3. Got a little bit of arrow fire, but as long as they're able to push a little bit further forward, they shouldn't have to worry about getting shot in the back. And these guys advancing on up. This is looking quite nice, so I can see why Angmar took his time. He wanted to wait until he was sort of ready, because he's coming in hard. He's not really skirmishing around the way that I normally would with something like Dale. But like with Rohan, you have to kind of treat Rohan like almost a wild man faction, you know, because they have got a tremendous amount of attack power and just not a lot of defensive ability. So when you do come forward, you kind of have to come forward like a wild man, and that seems to be sort of what he's doing. These Lorien and Axemen, not AP, and just, ooh, well aimed. Good stuff. Only 6 goblins left there, but they have brought down that mighty treb. Very nice. I'm sure that's going to hurt the defenders. Absolutely. I don't know how much worth they got out of that. We'll be able to find out at the end of the battle, because this is from Tommy's point of view. But see how many kills they got. But anyway, yeah, these Lorien and Axemen are charging on forward. They will absolutely rip up those Snagga Stalkers. Angmar Marauders as well will do okay, but being that badly outnumbered, yeah, you're seeing this guy getting sort of backstabbed there. It's going to be messy. It's not really what you want. You never want to be having your guys get backstabbed. March Wardens trying their best up here, but that's a lot of Goblin Band. Again, I really appreciate how much Goblin Band Warlord has bought. It's really dope. Kieran Amroth Rangers. No way, are you really able to get that? Oh, good shooting, boys. That's some nice long range shot. A little bit of a height advantage, of course, that Elven eye. They're able to aim at these guys. Warlord has not really spotted this, and to be honest, I probably wouldn't either. I'd be focused on this. I would think that they were safely behind there. And this is an Elven Ranger as well. So this is, I know it's a little bit more damage than the human Rangers. I couldn't say how much though exactly. More absolute brutality from Fried Rice here. To be honest, mate, if I was Fried Rice, I would be really tempted to have just kind of... I don't know if I'd come back up this slope. I would have maybe just left a few of my boys here and just sent stuff around to back up my allies, because I just think this is this little position is just death. They're out of ammunition, thank goodness. The gatekeepers are not. The Rangers are still ready to go though. Crossbows here. Crossbows opening up into the... Surely not these smart spears. What are we hearing? Maybe the... I should probably actually look at what they're going for. Maybe Shield Maidens? Are the Shield Maidens dropping? Yeah, Shield Maidens, poor girls, getting absolutely rattled there. And this is coming into the right side, so that shield is not coming into play. Yeah, ow, Jesus. That's grim. That is very grisly, but they are primarily useful for their axe throwing ability. They have got a morale buff effect, which is quite nice. I'm always a big fan of morale buffing units. So that morale buffing effect is going to be useful no matter how many of them are left. You could even just have one or two shield maidens mixed in amongst it, and they'll still be worth your while. But yeah, no, get them the hell back right now. They've taken a bit of a beating there for now. We got a bit of a push from the Riddermark spears, colliding with this line. Another big issue for Rohan in a siege is just the lack of pikes or halberds. There isn't, it doesn't have anything like that. So when it comes up, toe to toe with a proper phalanx line, if they can't get those shield maiden axes on it, or some good javelin fire to deal with it, it's rough. It's really rough. We brought the Helm's Hammers instead of the Meadowseld Guard today. Meadowseld Guard being some really top tier javs that become just awesome sword and bow and after. Helm's Hammers are probably the better shout because they've got that AP, they've got that shield wall ability, but saying that if that's where... No, and that isn't where our general is, so we will be able to use them for that shield wall ability. That's usually why I like to put my general with my Meadowseld Guard and then take my Helm's Hammers without, so that I can just throw my Helm's Hammers in with this shield wall and get some damage done. Over here, Angmar sent those trolls forward. Blackwatch Legion even did a little, you can see where they pushed back. They've opened up this space with their push, and they've still got a lot of numbers. So they didn't really suffer much damage. The Elves trying to fill that gap again, trying to make up for the pushback, and surround these poor little trolls. But the little gobble friends are around, and that should help them out. Swordmaster's waiting, but again, this is you'd love to get your Lornand warriors up here just to break through that troll armor. They're not incredibly well armored, but they're not fragile. That's the nice thing about the Angmar trolls. They may not have sort of the best of the best trolls, but they've got two of them. They've got 2 units of them, so you can bring a fair few of them, and they're all right. They're certainly all right. We've got more of this ranger fire. What is that going for? It's going for the Scourge Raiders, I'd be tempted, or into the back of that main line. That's going into the back of that line. Yeah, those Marauders will feel that. The Barrow-wights, to be honest, really won't, but even though this is just a Goblin Band, that is going to be an absolute just rinse coming through. Are we still going at time? We're still going at something. Don't know. Maybe that's why the Blackwatch Legion were pulled back. But to be honest with you, I know that this is facing us and it's heavily armoured. Would that, because it's just so tightly packed, I'd be so tempted to just shoot it. Like, you'll hit so many guys. I'd give them a volley and then I'd probably regret it. But I'd just want to see the effect. We're grinding in, doing what Angmar does best, but up against that Elven skill and Lothlorien armour as well. This is not like Mirkwood or Linden we're talking about here. Lothlorien does give their boys some decent armour values. The Helm's Hammers arriving, still with some beefy numbers. So even... Oh! Tharbad Warhammers are there too though, so this is a lot of heavy hammer AP coming on in. Looks like we not doing a shield wall push, but just doing a quick little shunt forward to get properly stuck in. Yeah, Helm's Hammer's doing kind of struggling. Oh, not Helm's Hammers, Starbad Warhammers. I mean, really quite struggling up against the Helm's Hammers. It's good that Tommy has seen that there's a need for these guys mixed in amongst this force, but it really is going to be a case like Angmar, unless something is done, these guys are going to be looking for a target. So as soon as this position shatters, Rohan is going to have to keep flooding forward quickly to reach those sharpshooters, because if not, then they're just going to get blasted to pieces. Over here, more crossbow fire into the red shields of Erkenbrand. Bit nasty, but again, it's what they're sort of built for. Riddermark spears coming forward in shield wall formation. Not that much left on the outside. We've got Westmark infantry, they're going to be tough to get rid of, and some knights. But yeah, Barrowwhite's continuing to... We've got a break now. We've got a big break, okay. Being answered by the Warrens of Tir and Gorthad though. And that's not going to be fun. Got a lot of piercing fire as the Scourge Raiders. That's a lovely position. It's great that the Scourge Raiders climbed up there, going right into the Rangers. But, God, they're going to be taking a lot of pain from what's around them. Yep, right on in there, very nice. But, bit bloody, bit nasty, but, dearie me. Yeah, very, very unpleasant, and probably a pretty damn good target for the Scourge Raiders, but those Scourge Raiders have paid for it by taking that Kindred fire. And yeah, they're getting out there now. And now they can focus fire again. They're a smaller unit now, so they'll take a bit longer to get through their ammunition, but still 57 and they'll get through it pretty quick. That's pretty nice. Even though it's going right to the face of those Lornan spears, might be what they need just to make a break here, just to open up another area, back up their buddies Rohan, and really put the fear into the defending forces. Some shield maidens still are through now. Sharpshooters out of ammunition, they've engaged in melee. Yeah, again, as I say, Rohan does wear some armour, but they don't really rely on it for that defensive ability. They're really relying on those spears a lot of the time, so they'll do okay up against those maces. Looks like we've got, yeah, nice beefy unit in Minheriath, spearmen arriving now too, but the push has started. That's Cardolan down to 50%. It's been a while since we looked at Dale actually, but it looks like Fried Rice is still pushing through the pain, and by the looks of things, this is it from him. Everything he's got apart from some elites in the back, some Royal Guard and some Dragon Slayers, and a few of these River Patrol waiting to just fill up the gaps. This is everything he's got. On the front line, it seems to be going quite well for him. There's still some sharpshooter fire coming his way, but Tommy's not got much of it left. Dismounted Earls of Dale flooding forward. That's a good solid unit of Dismounted Earls of Dale too. So taking a quick little face shot. Those sharpshooters will win that fight, but it'll stop them from firing. If they stay in guard mode though, they will get sliced down, sort of, yeah, bit by bit. Especially with the arrow fire coming at them. Oof, dearie me, ouch. Looks like the Keldron River Patrol, that's a good move actually, those Keldron River Patrol flooding forward as well. The guys that were in reserve. But that is the last reserve of Fried Rice. And it seems to be going okay for him. There's a Lornan Warrior backline defence waiting, but there's not much actually standing guard in the centre. Some archers pulling back, Woodland Protectors moving up to try and get some javelins in that Dalian line. Oh, what the heck is that? Ouch. Oh, Witchers! Oh dear, sorry, I missed the Witcher burn. But it looks like the Wardens here, you're seeing that they've, the Wardens of Tir and Gorthad, you're seeing them all toasted up, so that looks like that's where the focus was. I wonder if those Witchers are still alive, if they are, where they are, or if they've been sent around to melee, they're out of ammunition. I'm not spotting anybody. So probably not expecting too much in the way of kills from the Wardens of Tir and Gorthad. This looks like it was burned up, but probably just burned up by another source. Rather than, this all looks like dead goblins. Ooh, very nice. That's where we're looking for the Witchers. 2 of them left. That was a good burn, a good break, no friendly fire, and just a lot of toasted up Elves. So we're going to flood on up. Don't know how many shots those guys have left. The 2 guys that... Oh, that is the General of Cardolan, burst open by a Dalian Paladin. Got some cavalry, first Marshal's bodyguard coming through. Don't know how much the enemy will really have to stop that. Kieran Amroth Rangers pulling out their blades. They're sort of one of the only one of the only Rangers to pull out this two-handed sword, so they're quite nice in melee afterward. A bit more sort of competent than some other Rangers. Cavalry trying to push through, trying to find an area, but as I say, there's some avenues. I'll be interested to see how he tries to do this. Looks like Rohan will be repulsed from this position. But over here, oh wow, no, over here we are grinding up. Being stopped by some Watch the Golden Wood, but if we can get these guys around, which it looks like we're about to, we get some charges in. Once again, Angmar making me eat my words before, I think, and showing he can use this cavalry very effectively. And yeah, when we're through, we can use like the Dunedain Rangers. We need to get those sharpshooters opening up on the Sons of Ul. ASAP. Oofed. That's even the catapult going in. So this will be a deletion of the... Oh, they didn't get their lances down. That is the Angmar general. It'll be interesting to see if that has a big effect on them or not. Being a more orky faction, but I think most of what's... Oh, there's Sylvan Goblin Band. I'm surprised that they didn't end up bolting from that, considering what is in front of them. But, again, I was going to say it's maybe you're more scared of the barrow wights around you, but yeah, no, that's them trying to get out of there. They might come back. They should return. They're still getting out of there with 60, so they'll probably end up turning around and coming back. And that's it. That's all that they've got left here. Catapult's going to be firing away, but as soon as those barrow wights are dealt with, we're going to be into that catapult, so it's kind of probably on fire at will right now, just trying to get itself, trying to get what's left of its ammunition used. Angmar charging up here, but again, it's not with anything too scary. Seeing Witcher burns there. I wonder if those Witchers are still alive. They'll be able to do some work in melee. Cardolan pulling back, but Angmar, pursuing. Some catapult forces going into these sharpshooters. Got their maces out, these sharpshooters. Trying to back up the... oh, no good. Well, it's what needs to be done. Ooh, come on, boys. Well done, knights. That was quite lucky. Or maybe it was a misstep from the sharpshooters. They managed to catch two of them. Are they getting there? Once again, they didn't get their lances down. I'm sure Angmar will just be kicking himself about that. That's really annoying. Well, not kick. It's not his fault. That really looked like it was a decent enough charge, and they were warmed up. I would have thought that was enough speed for them, but I guess there's just little bumps in the ground that we're not really seeing, but the individual little horses are struggling to gain enough speed. But it still is, they're slamming in there. They're quite a heavy amount of damage that's coming in. They'll be able to do some good work when they're actually in melee. Over here, Dale is just about gone. There's a few sort of surrounded Dalians. Where are they? Oh no, yeah, a few surrounded Barding Herd there, just being the last attack. I'm not seeing where those black shots are though. Where are they? Have they pushed through or something? Ah, they're all the way over here. Black shots are around this position. Tried to get some shots on the main line, but the Kindred of Killaborn, those guys that have been shooting those huge split shot arrows, are now engaging them. This is quite a battle, but outnumbering them about 2 to 1 there, the Dragon Slayers will surely have that. But it looks like the Dragon Slayers are not keen to have that engagement. No, I was about to say I don't like this. Again, like I always say how much I'm not really a big fan of using rotting meat when you're on the attack. But all he's got left are the barrow wights, so there's no chance that he can retreat, so why not? And also, if a rotten meat hits somebody, you will get a kill, so why not? So there's some of these guys that are stuck routing, so they'll fight to the very end in the center square. But Angmar is here, Rohan is here, still some shield maidens keeping everybody buffed up. That is Dale's general falling, slayed by the Kindred. And it looks like simultaneously we lost the Lothlorien general. Red shields. So we have no defensive generals, no defending generals on the field today. I really like the white capes that some of the shield maidens have. So it really makes them pop out amongst the swarms of green. Menhiriath archers and gatekeepers coming on in. I'm wondering when I'm actually seeing the counters start up sometimes. So some of these guys bugged out, they will wake up when they're when an enemy unit makes contact with them. But I don't know how much they're really going to be able to do. Just sort of try their best to hold out the last little bit. And Heriath Archers coming on over here. Still Lancers active. These First Marshal's Bodyguard again. Looks like they sort of had their target changed last minute, which meant they weren't able to really get those lances down. Came into those archers there. I wonder if these the knights going to be able to get them down. I like they pull out these axes. They don't have. I don't believe they've got AP in melee. I'm pretty sure that they are just those axes are just for flair, for a nice sort of rohirric flair. Dragon Slayers trying their best here, but actually, wow. Good catch, boys. Very, very nasty catch. I was okay, cool. But and that's it. That is the last Witcher show. So now the Witchers are oofed. Damn, ouch. So the thing is, the Witchers, you know, you can kind of view them as, I guess, like soft skin Nazgul. Definitely a lot more fragile than the Nazgul. So I just banged my mic. Did it again. Very soft skin, very easy to die, but I like to use them in melee. You know, they can do some good work, but up against something like the Kindred, they are dead, just in no time at all. But that was a good burn. And now, if I would be shooting or running. Oh, I guess you're getting some support from the charge. That was a good charge. That's what we were needing. Dear me. So defenders now, they've got to just kind of huddle up on the center square. Oh yeah. 89 for 92. So defenders are technically ahead, but it's these fearsome cav that's still the concern for me. We've got the Watchers of Goldenwood. Greenwood Garrison Footmen set up there, blocking off that avenue. Stalkers coming on in alongside halberds. I like it a lot, but my pop is not doing anything. There we go. If we move it over there. That's a big break. I was going to say, like, this, it's nice, and if we could have had those guys fight to the very end, they would have done some good work, but that break is just a killer. Whoa. First Marshal's Bodyguard coming back and forth now, just dealing with the last of these Woodland Realm Protectors. That's a shame. It was that last little dip in the terrain that just broke their charge. Again, Angmar is doing, you know, he's doing some wonders with these with this cavalry, but it's just the terrain and the sort of the tight turns that are causing these big concerns. Is he going to get one there though? See, even then, I don't think that wasn't a charge. It broke the unit, which is great, and if he's going to be able to pursue them down and wipe them out. But that wasn't a charge, and I think it was just like that last little turn and that last little drop in the terrain just ruins the charges for him. One First Marshal's Bodyguard, that's all he's got left, and this Woodland Protector is he's got a javelin. Get your spear out, because you could kill this guy. Oh, well done, Bodyguard. That could have been that guy. It was taking out his spear. It was like putting away the javelin, taking out the spear. That was what killed him. Royal Guard up against those footmen. Okay, the Royal Guard should have that as long as they, yeah, especially with the backup of the Dragon Slayers. The city's under defender control, with the protectors sort of running through it. Caught these Watchers of the Golden Wood, but they've really rattled us. This is very interesting. This fight happening so far from the city centre, but I guess he's just wanting to try and reach out and grab these units by themselves before the attackers can really use them properly. And also, he wants this fight to happen on a slope. Yeah, I think that's maybe what the defenders are trying to do as well, just try and make this fight happen on a... Oof, no, that went down. That happened properly. But, you know, as we saw before, those slopes are just going to kill cavalry charges. Westmark Infantry showing their skill here, goodness, but surely it's shaken. Don't you guys rout? That'd be very embarrassing. Oh, Rangers here. Okay, nice. That's still 4 Rangers. So every now and again, just you have 4 of these body-piercing arrows coming right through their backs. That's a right pain in the ass, but there's not really anything they can do. And it's also staggering a bunch of them. So say if you're about to take a swing, you just get staggered by this body-piercing arrow that goes through you. That's and then the guy that you're facing 1v1 ends up slicing you down. Or at least getting one free hit on you. Looks like from the Dalian position they're through. There's a lot of power in the centre here. These last 18 Watchers will fight to the very end. So will these Greenway Garrison spears. Deal with the catapult crew. And some snag... Oh no, boys. There was a few of these Snagga archers that made it through, but now they're running. Barrow Wights coming forward. That'll just be a nuisance. It'll be something to deal with. Jesus, this is going down to the last man here. Blackshot Dragon Slayer is going to be throwing around these Watchers for a minute. Still with ammunition. I really do like the Blackshot, bows. It does look really nice. Trying to hunt down that cav. Defender's really quite bothered with them. But those are the red shields. That'll be the red shields finished. The red shields weren't really the problem, it's these knights. Oofed. What do we end up with? We had like 20... Must have like 24, 25 before they hit. That's down to 18 now. Still a few pikes. Those Westmark infantry are going to keep trying to fight away. Broken there though. That's a bit of a shame, but I think it's just constantly getting shot in the back. Getting that surround against them. Had they fought to the very last man, which of course they wouldn't have been able to do, but had they done that, that really could have helped out the attackers. Maybe spun it, but now the defenders have to gather up and get off to the centre again before the last of these Watchers go down. Only 5 Watchers left, a few Greenway Garrison boys, up against a lot of Royal Guard, and this little mob of Barrow Wights moving on in too. 1 First Marshal's bodyguard remaining. He will be able to pull down a lance though. Yep, he is a normal lancer. Charge is coming in, trying to find their mark. With these Barrow Wights, I guess you've got to be careful with how you use them. Oh no, that's such a shame for Tommy. These guys are they're bugged out just outside of it, so the attackers don't have to attack them. I know it's only 3 guys, but I could see this being a battle that comes down to 3 Minheriath men at arms. A few Blackshot Dragon Slayers are going to get some shots into the charging Cardolan forces. Problem for the defenders right now is those boys came back. Okay, I thought that would be them gone, but no. Okay, them arriving from behind is a big change of pay. Well, that's quite a big change to the field now. Wavering though, looks like we were trying to get like a bit of a surround on, a bit of a side charge. I don't think we can afford to be too clever with this. We've just got to get them fighting. Minheriath archers trying to engage the Barrow Wights. Royal Guard being pulled out. I think they're trying to pull them out so that the Rohirric cavalry can finish this off. Hacking down the last of the gatekeepers, but now they're in the centre here, they're all going to fight to the very last man. Good lad, Greenway Garrison Spearman taking on 2 Royal Guard. Absolute hero. He will be remembered. Dear me, Barrow Wights now just grinding their way in. Very, very slowly, of course. These 2 Royal Guard now free and clear to engage. 1 second. Oh, okay. No, that's just the postie is popping by to deliver something. We're right. My house is like right at the end of a street, so it's quite rare. Like if somebody stops outside my house and I glance aside at them, they can only really be stopping for us. But yeah, Minheriath archers here. That's sort of the last of them. Swordmasters, they'll do their best till the end. Still 1 Watcher. Still those 12 Royal Guard there. Charge there from the Watcher. If he can do 1v1s, then he's got a decent chance. What do we have? Gatekeepers, be careful. Do not extend outside of the square. The square of power here. Lothlorien warriors are gonna be okay, getting through some of that Westmark armor. That guy with his little AP sword. Okay, they will have victory here unless Angmar is able to pull something off with a charge. Gatekeeper's actually coming out. That's a bit scary. I don't know. Don't know if I'd do that or if I would just try and keep my boys in the centre. Just to know that, like... I mean, if you've got a chance on the... No way! Ouch! And he's going to get away. No ways. Well done, you little bloomin' bodyguard. That hurt. That really hurt there. For the Mahiriath spears. A lot of pain. Another attack coming in. But again, goodness sake. Oh, they didn't get him. He sort of did it. He did it on the side. So that should be him. The whole unit's not attacking though. And I think he's going to get away again. Jeez, oh. Little sally forth by the gatekeepers engaging now. They'll beat through the Barrow Whites because they've got the AP. What is still to come? It's just the... Whoa, that was an interrupted... Or maybe they just didn't get the lances down and the anti-cavalry from those halberds. 2 Westmark infantry coming forward. Do we have anything? No, there's nothing. Nothing hiding, nothing coming up. Just want to check here. Nope. It's everything that is left is engaged, or is directly nearby the engagement zone. To be honest with you, this has gone back and forth in my head quite a bit. There was a good while where I was. There's definitely been parts in this battle where I've been certain that attackers are going to win, and then certain that defenders are going to win. So it's that's been pretty wild. But I think these sword masters are just going to be a bit too much to deal with. They're gonna, and there's still some axemen left, some warriors. I know we've got the knights zooming around doing some bits and bobs of damage, but I don't see how the attackers can fix this now. What are we at? 98 for 98. So, I mean, jeeber's sake, like the amount of damage that Tommy was doing at the start here with those crossbows, with those archers, I was just thinking, how the hell did the defenders fix this? Or how the hell did the attackers fix this? But no, they stayed in it, they kept their cool, and they soaked up the damage, and they just rattled at it later to get to this point. And as I say, I was worried about the amount of cavalry that Angmar brought, but he's shown that he knows how to use it, and he's got some really good use out of it. I would love to know how many kills those horsemen were able to get. Looks like they... Nope, I thought they might have been about to touch that Menheria spear unit. Yeah, he's just got to take whatever charge he can. He doesn't really have the time to run off and make sure he's getting some good charges. Last Dalian Royal Guards just sort of getting stun-locked by these fast-moving elves. But receiving some support from the knights. But this should be them penned in. No, it's not. But that'll be that. So we'll just hover here for a sec. But yeah, so I really like this map. It's fun to get these sorts of more I guess like standard medieval Total War maps, or like standard style medieval maps used. It's a lot of fun, and cool to see how we change that to make it work well for the Reforged playstyle and the Reforged units. Because you've got to defend, with Reforged armies you have to defend a very different way than, that's the Rohirric general falling there, you have to defend in a very different way than you would a medieval 2. Because you've got some different units. I don't feel too bad for that last card running. Yeah, that's I understand why he's doing that. Oh, one Barrow White. It's our last boy. Come on, heroic charge. Good man. I don't know if he did much damage with that, but yeah, he will go down here with a little. He doesn't even have a little blade, unfortunately. He's just got a stick. He's got a blunt stick, but he'll try. But no, as I say, that was tons of fun actually. That was really good. I think that the Cardolan Lothlorien mix, I was a bit worried about it because like Cardolan, I know it's got heavy armor. It does have the ability to hold the line. It's I always view Cardolan as a ranged power. It's got so many crossbows that it can bring to the field. And Lothlorien, I think them as a ranged power because of all the amazing archers they can bring to the field. So normally you'll see Lothlorien paired up with a really sturdy defender, like a dwarf or Gondor or something, or Arthedain, you know, something more that you're known for, like these firm battle lines. And so it was a bit different. Now we're seeing a massive amount of kills from 10-10, but you got to keep in mind that is largely, a lot of that is the goblin takedown. It was very much a lot of brutality coming from both the defenders today. Gatekeepers 315, sharpshooters 268. Goodness me, the other 185 is pretty damn nice too. The rangers actually absolutely ripping people apart. I'm surprised we only actually had one unit of rangers. Maybe no, I think he needed, yeah, he needed the infantry. He couldn't afford to take another unit of rangers. Tharbad Warhammers there, you know, lower kill count just because they were going up against those Helm's Hammers, and they were getting beaten down pretty badly by them, and those Wardens of Tir and Gorthad getting burned up by Witchers as well. Captains, yeah, absolutely mopping things up. 101, I'd hope to see a bit more from the captains. I do love my captains. And the Treb, that's what we were sort of looking for. So it definitely didn't manage to get its full ammunition spent. I don't think so anyway. It was grabbed quite nicely by that catapult. It's quite tough to counter a catapult with, well, a trebuchet with a catapult. A lot of prisoners taken, a lot of good routes used from everybody. You're seeing that's really interesting from Angmar. He grabbed a lot of those routing forces there. Probably, yeah, units that he'd broken with his cav and sort of mopping them up as they ran back to the town centre. So yeah, really cool stuff. That was heaps fun. Thank you guys very much, and I will see you later.